Aloha, I'm Candice, and this is a vlog about the ups and downs in my life. And hopefully, it will either inspire you or make you feel better about yourself because your life is not as bad, or you're going through the same thing, or you have gone through the same thing, or maybe you will go through something I'm going through or have gone through. So, anyway, for those of you that have seen my channel before, thank you for watching another video. And this one is going to be about whether I'm going to buy a used or new tiny home on wheels. OW stands for wheels, by the way. So I decided to do this video in response to a few comments that I got about my quest to get a tiny home. And some people are concerned, but I'm thinking they may not have the same information that I have. And so I would like to share what I do have, and I would like you guys to share with me links to the information that you found that can educate me, because I do want to make educated decisions. But some things you just can't really, predict. So some things you just have to kind of go on faith. So, so I want to share my screen with you. So let me do that here. And I want to show you, well, first of all, the comment. The most recent comment was from Happy Dog. I love that name. So I'm not going to read it for you. You could, go back and read it on your own. But basically, her question was about what I'm going to do in terms of, am I going to buy a used tiny home because it could save money? You know, most of the time you think like a used car is cheaper than a new car, right? And an existing home is cheaper than a new home. Well, not always. Um, so the answer right now, and this could change, as I find new information out or as my situation changes. So right now, I am really concerned about insulation. So insulation is something that can make the inside more comfortable, right? If it's too hot or too cold outside, the insulation keeps the temperature inside from changing to the same temperature outside. And so I have, lived in a Class A motorhome, which was really nice, but it was insulated like almost every other RV. It was not an all season RV. If you're familiar with RVs, you know that there's some that are built to be like in the snow. Well, I was not in one of those. And so when it was 125 degrees here, it was 90 degrees inside the RV, even though the AC had been blasting at 68 degrees since 6 a.m. in the morning. And that's not fun. And our electricity bill was like sky high, and yeah, it was just not comfortable being in the RV. We had to keep all the window shades closed to, prevent from light coming in, because any light that came in just made it hotter. So I don't want to live like that. That's like living in a cave. I mean, you might as well just be asleep all day and then just come out at night. And even then at night it was 100 degrees. So anyway, so that's part of the reasons why I'm moving out of this area. But I know that I'm still going to be living in Arizona in parts that where it can still get up to 100 degrees. And so it's fine if it's 100 degrees outside, because then it at least can be 75, 80 inside, which is normal for like a normal house, right? So so I have a choice of, from my research, and if you find something different, let me know. There's the spray foam insulation, which you see in regular houses, and then there's shredded denim that they've compacted into these things that you put in for insulation, which is more environmentally friendly and sustainable, but it doesn't offset the temperature difference as well. And then there's other things, but those two are the top choices in my eyes. And so when you buy a used one, you don't know what's in there. I mean, they could tell you there's spray foam insulation there, but how do you know? There's no way you can check unless you chop open the wall and look in there, or they made a little window so you could see it. But how many people are going to do that? So anyway, oh, so let me stop sharing for a minute here while I'm talking. Um, so so that's the thing with the, yeah, you probably didn't see that because I was an itty bitty. So spray foam insulation and denim. Um, so I want to get new so that way I can tell them what to put in there. They actually will take pictures and show me each day, like the progress of the home being built. And then I get to customize things the way I want them, because I've looked. I'll show you here. Share my screen again. I looked at ones for sale. So like for here, for sale, tiny house on wheels, 2021, right? You have all these things that pop up. Well, when you actually look at them, some of the prices, like at first you think, oh yeah, it's much cheaper. Like, let me go over here. So there's this thing called tiny house listings, which I got from this article here. And they talk about, um, this article here was about all different, I think the top 9 adorable tiny homes for sale. And some of them actually, were decent prices. Well, that one's a little bit more. This one's 39, but it's only 102 square feet. It's like 12 feet. That's like way too small. No, 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 no. I need at least 20 feet and around 200 square feet. And like this one is like 115,000. Really, that's too expensive. So anyway, so I went and looked on tiny house listings, and here you can enter, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, what features do you want. The other thing is I want it certified. So you either can certify them as an RV, that it has all the requirements of what a normal RV would have to undergo, and it gets that RVIA sticker on there. Or there's another one called NOAH, which I think it's North American Organization of Alternative Housing, something like that. Anyway, they make sure that it's made up to their standards, that it has adequate um, emergency exits, and it's basically safe and suitable for people to live in. So I wanted to have that, and compost toilet, and a mini split, which is the AC and the heat, and a folding deck. That's something that I'm thinking I may not be able to afford at first, but I went ahead and put it there and see what popped up. And so they had these things pop up here, um, which were in my price range. And like, I like that this has the entrance on the back, but I don't like the roof. I want to have solar panels in the future, and I need to have a slanted shed roof where it goes high to low, not a gabled roof. So, um, looking at more of these, well, this is the inside of that one. Um, like the kitchen's okay. I don't need a 4 burner stove. That's, if I got this, I'd be paying for something that I would barely use. I only use maybe 2 burners at a time, and I have other electrical appliances that I use. So yeah, for me, I think if I got this, I would be paying. Now they do have the compost toilet here, so that's good. I like that. But then they got this ladder. Oh no 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 no. So that's the other thing. Okay, so let me stop sharing so I can show you. Oh, where'd my thing go? Sorry, I'm getting used to Zoom here. Where's my thing? Oh, there we go. So let me stop sharing. So no ladder or high stairs. So I want a reverse loft and storage below. So what I mean by that, and let me show you, because I found one that's kind of what I want, but again, not 100%. So let me switch over here. So this is another one that shows you a ladder. It's pretty, but okay, so let me explain. The reason I don't want the ladder, I'm able to go up a ladder right now. I'm only 50 years old. I don't have any major health issues, but sometimes I get tired and at the end of the day, I don't want to climb up a ladder to go to bed. Um, I've injured my ankle twice, um, you know, in my lifespan, and I have to be really careful when I'm going up steps or up ladders. And if I am tired, then I know I'm going to misstep and I don't want to injure my ankle again, because I'm living by myself. And normally, if I go up a ladder, like say to put something away up really high, I'll call up a friend and say, "Hey, I'm going up this ladder right now, so I just want you on the phone. So in case I fall, you can call 911 for me." So I'm not going to do that every day I go to bed. That's ridiculous. Um, so let me show you. This is what is considered a reverse loft. So the loft is bigger than the area down below, where normally the loft is like this itty bitty 4-foot area that you can't even stand up in. And you can stand up on the bottom part. So, oh, am I sharing my screen? Sorry, my memory. Oh, I am sharing my screen. Okay. I get so into what I'm talking about, I forget. Okay, so here you can see they just have, it looks like maybe 4 steps. I can't tell. Yeah, there's probably a step at the very bottom. So 4 steps, 5 steps, I could handle that, and they're pretty big steps. So there's no way I could like misstep on that, where like the little rungs of a ladder, I could easily just like my foot could slip through there. And then I could also store things in here, like I'm not sure, but maybe these steps flip up so you can actually store things inside. So that would be nice. Um, so what I'm envisioning is, like I said, having storage below. So I don't want to sleep below. Like you see, there's a bed here. No, I don't want that, because I can just see myself bumping my head. I wake up in the morning and I forget that I'm sleeping in this low area and I bump my head. I tried actually renting an Airbnb that had like a sleeping thing like this. Well, actually, they had a like bunk bed type thing, and um, yeah, I almost hit my head several times, and I was only there for like a day. So anyway, so I want to have something like this, and I've looked through so many. This is, it's not just one day. Like I told you in my other video, I have been like obsessing on this, and I would like spend hours looking at different builders and looking at their models and looking at used ones for sale and looking at videos of tours of them. And I see like bits and pieces of ones that I like, but there's not like one that has everything. And I know I don't need to be a perfectionist, but I just want some basics. And the basic thing is, I want, like, if I could buy this one, this one's not for sale. This is one that is just like in this article that they're just showcasing it. So they're just like giving a tour, Um, but if I could buy this one, then I would make my sleeping, I would have a Murphy bed up here and sleep up here and work up here and work out, exercise up here and then just store stuff down here. Um, so so that's what I want to do. Now, so let me I don't want to make this video too long because if I get into all the details of what I want, it's going to get really long. So let me just show you really quick here. This is a very detailed layout that I made on some drawing app where you can pick shapes to put on here. And so you can see, let me just kind of just walk you through this a little bit just so you understand. So the hitch would be on this side where the Murphy bed is. And oh, I'm sorry, you can't see my pointer. So I haven't figured out how to do that on Zoom to make it where you can see my pointer. So I'll just have to tell you where you see the twin Murphy bed on the right side of the screen. So that's where the hitch is going to be. And so I want a shed roof that goes from high to low. So it's either going to go, it's going to be high in the back where the back has the door. So that's the left side of your screen. And then it's going to slope down towards the front. Or it'll go, what I say, side to side. So like from driver's side to passenger side. I'm thinking, since I have depends, wherever I have the door, I want that to be the high side. Because if it rains, I don't want all the rainwater coming down on the door, because then when I go out the door, I'm going to get really wet. So I'm trying to think of like all the different scenarios, how I'll be living. I'm trying to avoid an area that rains a lot or snows or has really bad weather a lot. So yeah, basically I really want the door in the back so that way I can have that what did they call it? The fold up patio in the back. So when I'm traveling, it will fold up and it'll cover the door. And then when I'm, living, then it'll be down and it'll be a patio. So then the bathroom, when you enter, the bathroom is going to be on the right side as you're entering, which is this bottom part here. So you see where it says to clothes rods on wall, and then it says composting toilet, and then there's a shower. And there's going to be a pocket door there. And then when you continue to walk in, then there's going to be the kitchen that's right after the bathroom. So very simple kitchen. I don't need an oven. I don't need a really big kitchen sink or counter space because I want to have like all these flip up things, flip up or flip down. So a chopping counter that will flip up from the sink. Then if you keep on going, then you see where the yellow is. So those are steps that are going to go up to my reverse loft. So the top loft part will be high enough for me to stand, and below will be my storage space. And so the blue things represent tables that will be folding up to the windows when I don't need them, at night when I'm sleeping, and then during the day they'll be down. So that way it lets in light, and I can put my laptop on there. I can put my food on there. I can put papers or whatever I need to put on the table, cooking appliances or whatever. So if you look at this, I think it's like pretty basic, but to have all those pieces together in one place, I haven't found anything like that yet. So if you do find something, then please email me. Because yeah, I would love to just be able to buy one and just move right into it. But it looks like I'm going to have them custom build one for me, and it's going to take anywhere from 2 months to 6 months, depending on how quick they can get the trailer from the manufacturer if they don't manufacture their own, and whether they have other tiny homes that they're building, because some of these tiny home builders are like a family business and they only do one at a time. Others do 6 at a time or more. So that's where I'm at with that. And so let me know what else you'd like me to cover in the next video. I actually want to go back to this comment here, because she also asks, what are your thoughts for long term? Do you plan to rent or buy land when you are older? So that will be the subject of the next video. Oh, sorry, I gotta stop sharing. No, not that. Let's see. I need to hit the escape button. There we go. Oh, my gosh. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Stop sharing. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my long-term plan, whether I'm going to rent or buy land. So stay tuned for that. And I want to ask you guys a question. So please let me know in the comments below if you're interested in doing a group video chat with me, and whether you prefer Facebook, Zoom, or some other format, because like I said before, I feel like this is like group therapy for me, like a support group where we can share, like um, Happy Dog was saying that, well, I don't want to like paraphrase and get it wrong. So let me share my screen again. So she says, I watched your videos let me highlight it so you know where I'm reading. In November 2020, before my husband passed. We didn't know he was dying, although worried about his recovery. I remember that you and your husband bought this mobile, and I wondered if you were staying. I also remembered often the conversation about you needing help caring for your husband. I can so relate to all of this. So, I think it would be helpful if we could like actually talk to each other in real time. I was going to say in real life, but that would mean in person, because I have no idea where this person's at. And, with the whole COVID thing, we have to worry about being in person. Um, so yeah, that's why I want to like do some group video chat. I don't want it to be like 20 people because I know it would be like really hard to hear. And I don't think that there are many people that want to do a group video chat, because I know I've asked some of my friends and they're like, oh no, I'd rather talk to you one-on-one, because I want to be able to, I don't know, to express my opinion without worrying about what other people think or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, I just think it's helpful, for people to share. But if you're not comfortable doing that in front of people that you don't know or you hardly know, then I can understand. Because I know my late husband, Tom, he didn't want to go to any therapy, even 2-on-1 therapy, he didn't want to do because he didn't want to tell strangers problems. But I think sure. Great. My video just did something weird, so I think I might have lost the connection, but just in case I didn't, I'm going to keep talking and then I can always edit out this part if it doesn't work. So, now I'm all messed up. Where was I? Now I'm off track. Oh, I was talking about the group video chat. So anyway, just let me know if that's something you want to do, how you want to do it, what day you would like to do it. It's not going to be an every week thing. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll just make it a, a one-time thing at first. See how it goes. And then whoever shows up, then we'll, ask, hey, when do you want to do this again? Next week, next month? I'm thinking monthly might be good, depending on the subject matter and where people are in the world. It does depend on time zone. And so, anyway, yeah, I'm thinking like a 30-minute to 1 hour thing. Because Zoom, if we do Zoom, it's limited to 40 minutes because I only have the free account right now. And Facebook, I think you can do longer. But the video quality is not that good because I've done a video chat with friends, and yeah, the video quality is not as good. And sometimes the audio and video don't sync up. So, but if you prefer that way, then we can try it and see. It also depends on time of day that we're doing it, because if you do it in peak internet hours, of course, it's going to be bad no matter what. Probably. So thank you for watching again, and I appreciate your comments, and I will be making an effort to do more videos to respond to your comments, especially now that I'm really deep into this tiny home working on organic farms journey. I actually have a friend at church that's gonna be kind of like my second pair of eyes to help me make sure that I'm not overlooking something that's important, or helping me realize if something is like overlooked, um, or I'm not like being rational about things, like how much it's going to cost. Because if it ends up just being too costly and out of my budget, I got to be realistic and say, okay, and also to have a plan B. So I've been thinking of plan B things too. And so I will cover some of that in the next video. So mahalo for watching. May the rest of your day be filled with plenty of aloha.